Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Come on, give me a thumbs up. Wow, you guys look great. How about a round of applause for our students? Don't they look good today? Don't you guys think you should dress like this for school every day? No, bring home no. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Utica City School District and the John F. Kennedy School community, I'd like to welcome everyone, students, faculty, staff, administration, Board of Education members, family, friends, and loved ones to the fourth and our final ceremony of the day for our 8th grade students who will be graduating from 8th grade going on to 9th grade at the end of the day here today officially. This afternoon, we will have about 45 students that we'll be honoring as the members of the class of 2021 at John F. Kennedy Middle School. Give them a round of applause if you will. As you well know, this is the first event on school grounds and on many school grounds for just about a year and a half. And we are very happy that you're here with us. And nobody could have foresaw that 3-4 months ago that we'd even be on a campus celebrating students. So we're very happy that you could be with us. I'm Mr. Clark, I'm the principal of JFK. And before we begin, I just would like to introduce the members on the stage with me. We have from our district administration, Mrs. Albanese and Mrs. Mraz, and from our Board of Education, Mr. Cardillo, Mrs. Padula, and our board president, Mr. Lapola. Give them a round of applause if you would. Let's start with our thank yous. First, thank you to our superintendent, Mr. Bruce Karam, along with all of our Board of Education members, including Mr. Louis Lapola, Mr. Salatino, Mr. Hobeika, Mr. Dawes, Mr. Cardillo, Mr. Anthony Lapola, and Mrs. Padula, along with our district administration for all of their support, guidance, and oversight over the last year or so. Give them a round of applause if you would. It has not been an easy year. Thank you to all of our JFK faculty and staff for their support of our students this year, along with all the people who were instrumental in putting this event together, including Mr. Ferraro, Mr. Hajar, the maintenance staff, the office staff, and all the people that are here today. Give them a round of applause if you would. You guys ready to clap for your parents? No. No! Of course not. A huge thank you to our parents. Over the last 15 months, you have had to learn to be teachers and learn to find new ways to deliver school, which we all had to do. So thank you for keeping your sons and daughters on task 24/7 and for your persistence and help our students stay directed on task, logged in, alert and awake in the morning to help them succeed in their classes. So students, give your parents and loved ones a round of applause if you will. Parents, you can even clap for yourself. You should give a clap for yourself. Finally, and most importantly, the reason why we're here, our students, thank you. Students, over the last 16 months, you have had to become independent learners and forced to grow up quickly. You have learned technical skills and applications that have made you 21st century learners and perfected life skills that will serve you well at Proctor High School and in the years ahead. So thank you, students. Give the students a round of applause if you would for all their hard work, their flexibility. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Louis Lapola from the Utica City School District Board of Education. Mr. Lapola is the president of the school board. During this time, Mr. Lapola has provided key leadership and managerial expertise to benefit all aspects of the district's operation. Formerly, Mr. Lapola served as the mayor of Utica for several terms spanning 12 years. His interest and expertise in public affairs and service to the students of the Utica City School District is unsurpassed. And we just were having lunch a little while ago, and Mr. Lapola said he had been on the school board since 1997, so that's 25 years on the school board. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Louis Lapola.
So tall. Mr. Clark, Ms. Padula, Mr. Cardello, who happens to be the vice president of the board, Ms. Albanese, and Ms. Burrows, as well as Bill Smith. And this has been a tough school year for all of us. The superintendent, the principals, the teachers, the parents, the students, and of course the families, because we have not had an in-person participation for 16 months. And we've been through a lot. We are at an unprecedented time, uncharted waters, unclear directives, especially from state officials who told us wear a mask, 6 foot apart, this is opening, that's opening, and it tend to confuse so many people. But we have reached the point that all of us have wanted, and that's an in-person graduation, of which we are all here, and parents are well represented to ensure that they send out their congratulations to their loved ones. You know, life is a big adventure, and it never follows a guidebook. We never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Some of us might like to have a guidebook, some of us not. But I think the students themselves have to realize that the unexpected will happen. You have to deal with it, and you have to pursue that dream and goal so that you can attain that occupation that you've always wanted. But I think thank yous are in order. First of all, to the superintendent of schools. Mr. Karen heads 13 schools, and that's over 11,000 students. And sometimes we see in the paper where some school districts, they have different rules than we have. But people don't realize that a school like New York Mills has 496 students compared to over 11,000. And we have to make decisions that are in the best interest of everyone. And this Board of Education, working together, has come up with solutions, and working with the superintendent. You can't please everybody all the time, but you do the best you can to make sure that our students are healthy and happy and safe. Certainly we want to thank the unsung heroes, and the Unsung Heroes Award goes to the teachers. They're the people that counted. They had to teach remote and in person at the same time. You know, it's interesting, a few weeks ago, I was at an elementary education graduation, and they all talked about what they want to do when they grow up. Some want to be doctors, some want to be lawyers, some want to be scientists, and no one wanted to be a teacher. And that's what we need. Dedicated people who care about young people, who want to provide a guide so that they can be what they want to be. And sometimes you wonder, you say, well, why did they want to be teachers? Well, we think materially that teachers are underpaid and overworked, which is so true. We do the best we can for our teachers, and we will do in the future. I'm sure that this board really cares. But most of all, we want to thank the parents out there in the back for their patience and understanding, for the cousins, the grandparents, the uncles and aunts, and those people who helped these people reach this moving ahead ceremony today. You helped them be on remote and be successful. And then we get to the students, the people who are being honored today for their willingness to deal with the unexpected, And you're always going to deal with the unexpected. Your parents will tell you that. Certain things happen at certain times, and we have to deal with them. And that's what we have to do with the pandemic. You know, happiness is there if you let it be. Sometimes you just have to create your own sunshine. Mr. Clark had created his own sunshine. He had the sun shining for 3 graduation ceremonies today, and he stopped that rain just before our ceremony, and we thank Mr. Clark for that. But some days you just have to create your own sunshine. You have to be your own happiness. You have to do what you have to do. And never stop believing. There may be some fallbacks, some pitfalls that you're going to have to deal with. But remember, there are people back there who are all for you. And for those who couldn't attend because of some problems at home, they love you as much as anything else. So in closing, I just want to say, stay healthy, stay well, and God bless.
Presentation of graduates. At this time, we will present the students of the John F. Kennedy class of 2021. Parents, just so you know, Mr. Struppel here is the staff photographer. He will be taking pictures that we will make available in the coming weeks. And we also have the videographer, Mrs. Roberts. She is videotaping the event today. All the events will be available on the school webpage along with the slideshow that you watched before the ceremony. That will be available on the website tomorrow. Okay? Students, please step forward onto the stage to be recognized and to receive your moving up certificate. Ayla Ferizovich. Reminder to students that when you take your picture, you can take your mask off, okay? Yasleen Rodriguez. Jadiel Romero. Alejandra Rondon. Malachi Rondon. Manala Sabanek. Palin Sam. Janelis Santiago Rosado. Adrian Santos. Melissa Santos. Joshua Saw. Marangelina Segura. Amir Siho. Zalata Siho. Lamia Zahovic. Nornie Shine. Jalen Simon. Hold up. Let's introduce him again. Come back. Jalen Simon. Nora Skutnik. Cassandra Snow. Mu Claire So. Lauren Sun. Johnny Stone. Quadir Stubbs. Rista Tamang. Aubrey Torresani. Jerry Teal.
I know you were here.
Tierra Teal.
Wait a second. We've reached that point.
Alexander Thompson. Kimon Thurman. Serenity Torres. Caitlin Trong. Dina Toon. Dina Yui Maya.
Nice job.
Cherish Velasquez. Nyasia Walker. Devin Watkins. Isabel Williamson. Hadia Wilson. Josiah Wilson. Mo Win.
Nice job, honey.
Are you the last one? Oh, Cynthia Yatase. Josie Umahara. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for all of our graduates? Students, please rise if you would. Please stand. Mr. Karen, Mr. LaPola, members of the school board, as building principal at John F. Kennedy Middle School, I hereby attest that these students have met state and district requirements and have successfully completed their 8th grade education here at John F. Kennedy Middle School. All these students have earned all rights, responsibilities, and privileges to be promoted to 9th grade at Proctor High School next year. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce the John F. Kennedy class of 2021. Give them a round of applause. You guys can turn around and look at your loved ones. Find them, there you go, find them. You guys can sit down if you want to. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to give some brief comments to conclude our ceremony today. Don't touch anything. We have great kids here at JFK. I am proud and honored to be the principal at JFK and really have enjoyed getting to know the students over the last 3 months. I have been continually impressed with how polite, fun-loving, respectful, well-meaning, and friendly our students have been as we have moved to in-person learning. This year has been heartbreaking for those of us who care about kids, as we have had to watch our students be remote for as long as they have. It's no way that a 12 or 13-year-old should have to do things. And we're very proud of what you've accomplished. At the same time, these students have inspired me a great deal. Students have become 21st century learners. Do you guys know all the things you learned this year? Let me tell you. You've learned a lot, even though you may not even know it. Our students have been compliant, resourceful, adaptable, and have become technology experts and can do things as students that we as adults cannot do. They have learned such things as Zoom, Google Meet, Google Classroom, Whiteboard, Buzz, Smartboard, YouTube, Chromebooks, adaptive software, hybrid learning, remote learning, differentiated instruction, synchronous learning, Wi-Fi, MiFi, Nearpod, chat boards, digital readiness, logging on, logging off, restarting, refreshing, updating software, StudySync, Mathia, iReady, Kahoot, Kami, Jamboard. Do you want me to keep on going? You get my point here. Okay. This is just touching the edge of the educational iceberg. Chances are, students, you all know what this is. Parents, you probably have no clue what half of that stuff is, okay? Students, as you go into the 21st century, what you've learned this year will be a great advantage to you as you go into your high school years and into your college years. That learning gap that you will now possess will be there for the rest of your lives. I have also been astounded at how cooperative our students have been during the time we have come back to school in the last few months, following very strict health and safety guidelines. We soon hope to never hear words again like social distancing, masks, sanitizer wipes, pandemics, contact tracing, symptom questionnaires, hybrid learning, visors, rapid testing, and temperature checks. What do you think? No? Good enough. Students miss out on time to interact, participate in after-school activities, and the fun that is part of school. Students need to work on the following skills going forward: collaboration and verbal communication, unplugging, getting involved, talking instead of typing, joining activities, getting outside, socializing, and reconnecting with friends and family person to person. Students learned how to complete an education almost completely online this year. Almost all colleges and training programs nowadays offer remote degrees, and many workplaces now offer employees to work remote as well. Students, you can do almost anything nowadays as it relates to your education. You can submit assignments in endless amounts of ways at any time of day. You can research from an endless amount of resources, talk to text, browse the net, translate any 2 languages almost instantaneously, check your Google Classroom, video chat, or tutor virtually with anyone at any time, access and share any picture, document, song, video clip. Almost endless amounts of information is at your fingertips at any time. I better talk faster. You can do now anything to get your work done and to complete your education. There are no restrictions or boundaries on you achieving whatever you want. You can do your homework now on your phone or Chromebook at Walmart, and class assignments and resources are always available to you at any time, 24/7. And you guys know I was a guidance counselor at Proctor for 10 years, right? And I know you're all a little nervous about going to Proctor. No! Oh. These are my final 4 words of advice to you as you go on to Proctor, because I know a lot of you are nervous about going over there, and you're going to be just fine if you listen to these 4 words of advice. Number 1, go to school every day. Attendance is the key to success in life and the key to success in high school. It also is one of the most fun times of your life. Pretty soon you will be working, going to college, and will have families of your own. Don't miss out on the fun times and try new things. Proctor has endless amounts of activities that will reconnect you to friends. Number 2, be nice to others. There is nothing more important than keeping goodness in your heart and being polite, nice, and respectful. The world will treat you well if you treat others the way you would like to be treated. Number 3, do your best and don't quit when things get tough. If you can handle the last 15 months, you are tough enough to handle just about anything. Finally, and this is what I'll end with, number 4, don't change. You are great just the way you are. I am proud to be your principal and proud of all that you have accomplished, and I am glad to have worked with you even if it was just for a short time. In the years ahead, I will be interested to check your progress and hear the good things about you as you go to Proctor High School and beyond. And that concludes the principal's comments. You're supposed to clap. Graduates, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I would like to introduce the John F. Kennedy class of 2021. Give them a round of applause. That concludes our ceremony. Students, you now will be dismissed. Parents, you can pick your students up along the bus circle. Thank you for coming, everybody. Hope you have a good day. Stay dry. We'll try to move things along quickly. And enjoy your parties, which are well deserved. Thank you.